Anybody who thinks that the arrest of Prince Andrew is the first sign of the downfall of the British monarchy has no idea how the British monarchy operates. I would argue that the arrest of Prince Andrew and everything that has happened to him prior to his arrest is the best indication we have of how far the British monarchy is willing to go in order to protect itself. Just take a look at what has happened to Andrew over the last couple of years. The late Queen pays a lot of money to keep people silent. He loses his job as a trade envoy. He loses his royal titles. He loses his home. And at each step along the way, I know the royal family have hoped that this was as far as we needed to go in order to minimize the amount of damage to Andrew personally and minimize the damage to the royal family as an institution. I would go further and say the fact that he was arrested on his birthday, to me, indicates that the royal family has had their hand in his arrest. Because imagine the alternative. Let's say he managed to celebrate his 66th birthday and then was arrested. The fear that there might be any speculation, let alone photographs, of him having a good time, smiling, somehow having this great life, it's just too bad to contemplate. So what is the best solution to that? Arrest him on his birthday. How powerful an image is that? The more the British press tries to tell us that the king didn't know he was going to be arrested on his birthday, the more I just believe that the king did know. I think as a good rule of thumb, whatever the British press tell you about the royal family, we should be thinking that probably the opposite is true. I cannot imagine a high-profile incident like the arrest of the king's brother has not in some way been discussed and organized with the king. I'm sorry, I find that impossible to believe. The royal family will throw anyone under the bus in order to protect the institution of the monarchy. And we've seen this with Andrew. If they're willing to do this with Andrew, they would do it with anyone. And I would say they would even do it to a king if it meant that the institution of monarchy is protected. Far better to lose a king than to lose monarchy, which they want it to go on for thousands of years. Better to lose a king. Charles would probably be on the throne for another 10 years or so. Better to lose a king for 10 years than the institution of monarchy that could last 1,000 more. But here's the other thing that gets me about what's happened to Andrew and all this press coverage about the royal family as a whole. The king is above the law. The Constitution of the United Kingdom, whatever it is, states that the king cannot be prosecuted. We have a Crown prosecution service. It is always the Crown versus whoever is on trial. We can never get to the stage where the king prosecutes the king. So one person in the United Kingdom is above the law, and we should not forget that. So yeah, they would throw Andrew under the bus. And if they can stop this at the arrest, fine. If not, if it means he needs to go to prison, then fine. That will happen. Because for the monarchy to crumble in the United Kingdom, there would have to be years and years, generation and generation of outrage, protest, disgust. And at every step along that way, the institutions such as the journalism and the royal family itself and the government would do everything it can to protect the institution of monarchy, even if it means sacrificing a prince or even a king. So no, the arrest of Prince Andrew is not anything close to being the start of the downfall of the royal family. That's never going to happen, because the British people don't have the mentality, the persistence, or even the interest to get rid of the royal family. And that's what it would take.